And 71 right now at Q104.3, and we are very pleased to have on the telephone with us this morning Justin Hayward. Good morning.
Good morning, Jim, yeah.
It is, I've got to tell you, I came into work this morning and found myself inundated by emails from Moody Blues fans. You have such a loyal fan base. We have, just some of them, like Janice just wrote, "Love the Moody's, thank you. Radio City, August 20th, yay." There's one. Here's another one. "Hey, Jim, ask him about the Blue Jays album. One of my faves, but I can't find it anywhere on CD." Okay, so I'm asking you about it.
Okay. It's have a look on Amazon. It's right there.
Okay, so Kathy, go to Amazon.com. And this one from Gloria. "You've caught Justin Hayward on a day off from the War of the Worlds, but I hope you hit him up about the new Isle of Wight 1970 DVD, Threshold of a Dream." So that's what Gloria wants to know about.
Yes. Well, that's just come out, and it's a DVD that was put together by Murray Lerner, who filmed the original Isle of Wight Festival, or the Isle of Wight Festival 1970. There was a curious event in it was a festival that ended up being a free festival, a very strange kind of end of the innocence sort of festival kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know that Murray had filmed our whole performance. And then he contacted me a couple of years ago and said that he was doing a series. Well, the first one was Jimi Hendrix, his performance at the Isle of Wight, then The Who, and then ours. And I agreed that we should do it on the condition that I could mix the sound, so I was happy to do that. And I've only just seen the film recently, but I'm so pleased that it's there. There's so little of the Moody Blues from that particular time when, we were having, number one albums and that kind of stuff. It was a great time for us, and I'm glad there's that kind of spotlight.
I was just taking a look at the pictures here. You're all so young. It's sometimes it amazes me how people, artists, songwriters, are able to write such beautiful and important work when they're so young. You were, 19 years old when you wrote Nights in White Satin?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, 19, coming on 20, yeah. Well, I was at the end of a big love affair and at the beginning of another one. Now, that's hugely important when you're that age. And I think so many things happen to you, don't they, in your teenage and early years. And they stay with you and influence you for the rest of your life.
I heard that...
And I think we were caught up with a whole generation of people and students and things like that. And we were just really reflecting what a lot of those were thinking, too.
I heard that you were inspired because somebody had gifted you with a set of satin sheets.
That's one of the things, yes, absolutely. And so hugely impractical if you've got a decent sort of beard growth like I have. It's not very comfortable at all. But charming and a delightful little present and quite romantic.
And the most amazing investment probably in history, those satin sheets provided you with quite an annuity.
I hadn't thought of it like that. Yes.
And I have the package here for Threshold of a Dream. And there's a facsimile of the weekend ticket for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Isle of Wight Festival in 1970. And the ticket price is £3.
Oh, my God.
Yes. And most of them didn't pay that anyway. We never got paid, so it didn't mean much to us, but it didn't make any difference to us.
And you will be at Radio City Music Hall on August 20th.
What a wonderful gig. Looking forward to it, yeah.
That's an amazing theater, and just to stand there on that stage, there's so much history that you feel, and it's one of the most remarkable stages on the planet.
I think so, and I know we're very pleased. Last time we were there, Graham, our drummer, had a couple of the old Rockettes dancing with him on stage, and that was quite good too.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's always fun to be able to hang out with the Rockettes. Yeah. We've had some experience with that, haven't we, Shelley?
I was an honorary Rockette.
Yes, you were. Justin Hayward is with us. Okay, so the Moody Blues, they were popular. They had some big hits. The lead singer left. You joined up. You're a young guy. And you managed to convince a record company that you should record a concept album with a full orchestra. How on earth did you were just a kid? How did you get them to go along with it? Thank goodness they did, but how did you do that?
Well, I wish it was like that. You know, it would have been nice if we'd have had that kind of confidence in our own ability. But really, they needed a group to make a demonstration record to demonstrate their stereo equipment. And they wanted us to do an orchestral version of Dvorak. And when we met the orchestral arranger, who was a lovely man called Peter Knight, he came to see us. And he said, let's do it the other way round. Instead of doing Dvorak and trying to make it rock and roll, which is really cringe. I hate that kind of thing. And let's use your songs and I'll orchestrate them and we'll turn out this kind of great stereo album. And we were all for that. We weren't interested in singles. We had no kind of A&R guy looking over our shoulder. And we recorded this work for Decca, and it wasn't what they wanted, but they still put it out. But originally it was a demonstration record to demonstrate stereo.
And
the thing about that was when it came to be put on CD, the quality was immaculate. And we were very lucky to be with a company called Decca that recorded us in such great quality like that.
And it became, of course, one of the most popular albums of all time.
Yeah, I listened to it. So many people refer to that album and other people in the business, and it still has something, I think, that the Days of Future Past.
Okay, and finally, before we let you go, I mentioned some of the emails from listeners. Well, there are about a gazillion emails that all deal with the same issue, and that is the fact that the Moody Blues are not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which apparently nobody can understand except the idiots who run the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I know it's not something that you're supposed to campaign for, but it does seem ludicrous that you're not there.
Yeah, but I kind of feel myself they should have closed it anyway after about Steely Dan or something. And I was a little bit disappointed when I went there. I've worked there a couple of times, and in fact, we're doing a sort of reception there during the summer. But I was a little bit disappointed that Buddy Holly only rated such a small kind of window in it. So I don't think it's a real reflection, but it's so, you two know as well as anybody that music is so subjective, isn't it? And one person's hit is another person's not hit.
True.
I don't know, but if you're British and you're from Europe, it doesn't make any difference at all. But I know that the American fans, it's really important to.
Okay, well, the Moody Blues, Threshold of a Dream, live at the Isle of Wight Festival in 1970. Brand new DVD. Look at those pictures.
Wow.
And good luck to you, and we look forward to seeing you in August here in the city, okay?
Me too. All the best to you.
All right, have a good one.
Thanks.
Here are the Moody Blues at Q104.3.